the attitude of the group coming back, preparing for a playoff game?
Kind of, business as usual in many ways. I guess a little bit of, added focus, I think, just attention as we move into knockout round. It's tournament play now. So, but I think the group has gone through their routine. The guys who played last week just recovering and starting our preparations over the last couple of days. Tomorrow, another day of preparation. And, some of that entails video, some of it entails stuff on the field. It's all that. So, but the mentality's been great, and I know guys are excited to have this opportunity to make some hay in the playoffs, and see what we can do.
12 o'clock start time sort of surprised you at all, and how does that affect preparation?
Yeah, I mean, the grand scheme of things, it is what it is. I think the playoffs are about evening games when the lights are on and the fans are out and it's a little bit chill in the air. I think that's what the playoffs are about when it comes to game times, but sometimes TV dictates otherwise. So it is what it is. It's been that way in our league for a long time. So we got to be ready to play. Doesn't matter the time. Obviously, Nashville's a good team, and we've got to be ready to execute at noon. You've
had success against them. Here, you had a lot of possession, I believe. You got the late goal. There, you probably should have won, but you ended up in a draw. What do you take from those two meetings here getting into this game?
Yeah, I think, the same as for me. They're a team that defends well. They're stingy. They don't give up much on their goal. You got to take your opportunities when you get them. They do a great job of keeping themselves in games. They're a good team, but they're also very good in the transition. They're very good on set pieces. They're competent, obviously, and with the ball and in their set attacks, but they're a team that they can defend well and they can hurt you in certain phases of the game for sure. So we have to play 90 minutes, full concentration, understanding that when we do have the ball, we're not necessarily at our safest in that moment, that we got to make sure that we're protecting ourselves. But they have different ways that they can catch you. And the biggest thing for them is that they just don't give up a whole lot. And so you got to take your opportunities when you get it.
I know earlier this season there was a moment in time where you said maybe the guys were a little bit intimidated playing at home, or it wasn't the fortress you wanted it to be. Over the last 11 games, you guys have picked up that momentum, and I don't think that fear is as evident anymore. Is there something that's changed in your mind with how this team is playing?
Yeah, and I don't know if the right word is fear or the right word is, I think it's expectation to come out here and to dominate teams and to win games at the rate that it had been done in the best years of the past. So I think there's some of that, and our fans expect good quality soccer and they expect results. And so I think managing some of that expectation early on with our group had been a challenge. I think the group is more mature now. We've got, obviously with the additions of guys, we've got more veteran guys, more guys with big experience and bigger environments, things like that with expectation. Maybe some of that helps. Also, momentum helps when you're getting results, whether it's on the road or anywhere. You start to have that confidence and clarity in terms of how you go about getting results. We've won games coming from behind. We've done some of the things that we weren't doing consistently early days, and we're doing those things now. So I just think there's just the rhythm within the group, the belief within the group. Again, that confidence within the group is at a good level. So now you have the big moment, which is the playoffs, the knockout game, and you're in your home stadium in front of your crowd, which is where you want to be. And now it's just about executing for 90 minutes plus if you have to, and getting your result.
Managing the expectation was the right way of articulating that.
Sure.
With Douglas, a pro like him coming in here and kind of feeling it out, what he's gone through and the momentum he's found, what can you say about his ability to be coached, his ability to fit with the way this team is playing, and what you've learned about his adaptability over the course of the season? Yeah,
again, I think, I said this when Douglas came in. I think his intentions to be a difference maker, his intentions to be a part of the team, all of those things were good. I think physically he was going through some struggles just to find his confidence in his body and himself physically, and so that he could do the things that he needed to do at the speed that he could do them, to be at near or at his best. And so some of that was taking place. At the meantime, when you come in and you don't have those moments that you think everybody's expecting you have, it's hard sometimes to integrate into the group because you're not delivering what you feel like you can deliver or what you think other people can deliver. So I think just he's worked himself through the process. He's integrated himself with the team. He's, with the help of our medical staff. He's found a good level of that physical confidence that he needs to be able to execute. All those things have started to come to fruition as the season started to wind down, and I think he's been doing very well, and he's been executing, and he brings our team another level of class, something different, just something unique, and not just in the run of play, but even in set pieces and different things like that. So it's been great, and you can tell he's really immersed himself in the group, and he's excited to be here, and he really enjoys playing the game with the guys that are out there, and all those things have come together a little bit more for him, and it was a challenge at the start for sure.
Greg, you guys of course knew about Riqui's talent before he got here, but
sure.
Just seeing him fit in that way and the way he's developed in that short period of time and change the game, just having those minutes regularly, that consistency and the trust that you guys have in him, how much is that you feel has had an impact in his game?
Well, he's obviously extremely talented. That's the foundation of anything that a good player can do to be effective. He's talented. He's a smart player. He has a wonderful feel for the game. So, he came. He was excited to be a part of this team and a part of the project. He's integrated himself quickly into the group just because of his personality. He's easygoing. He's light. He's fun. He's all the things that bring some youthful energy into our group, in addition to the veteran guys that we've added to the group. So. All of that, and for him, it's opportunity to play. It's playing inside of a structure that makes sense for him and inside of a style of play that makes sense for him. Those pieces are all fitting together, and then when he goes on the field, he does his thing. He does Riqui's thing, and we give him the structure to help him and put players around that can also be helpful for him. Give him a style that makes sense for him, and allow him the opportunity and the space to do some of the things that he's certainly capable of doing. And he's done that, and he's integrated himself quickly into the group and had an impact for sure. So it's nice, but also it's the energy that he's capable of bringing into the game and just the locker room and everywhere else. It's also been useful for our group. It's helped us define another layer to our culture that has been not just workmanlike, but fun in a way. So he's brought some of that too.
Speaking of the veteran players, and Chicharito was talking about how many people thought when he came to MLS that he was done. And then last year he had 17 goals. Now he had 18. He's 34 years old and still giving his best, trying to
sure.
take care of his body. Just what can you say about his work ethic and what he does every day for us to get to see that,
sure.
that version of him?
Yeah, again, I think he's certainly had a tough time when he first arrived. Those are well documented. But in that off season before I got here, he had certainly recommitted himself to getting himself shaped, getting his world around him into a position where he was comfortable and his mind was at ease and he could focus on his career. And then our goal, again, just like Riqui, is to bring a style of play and a way of attacking that can suit our striker and how he's going to score goals. We don't rely on Javier to have to make a bunch of plays for himself. We, as a team, we try to create good opportunities for him to find spaces and to find goal-scoring moments through the way we want to play. And then he uses his incredible strength, which is his running, his movement off the ball, is the way he can find space inside of the box, his timing on his movement, all those things, because he reads the timing of the passer. These things are just such a high level, which he's capable of doing. So I think we give him also the space to be able to work every day to make sure that he's ready come game time, and working with him instead of telling him what to do all the time. We work with him to try to create a process that really works for him to deliver, game in and game out. And so he's putting in the work. We're doing it collaborative together as a group and trying to construct also the team around him in a style that helps him to be successful. All those things come together, and it doesn't really matter necessarily how old you are. It matters whether your connection in the group is working, and certainly he's been able to do that.
He's the MVP final candidate. How special would it be for him to get that recognition?
Yeah, it would be amazing. Again, just from his progression over the last couple of years, also just the way he's helped us to build the team back up to where it is, taking a big role in terms of, again, scoring goals for us, but also his presence, his emotional contributions to the game and the team and the leadership. All those things have been really big to help get us back into this playoff moment, and hopefully we can run with it in this playoffs and take the club back into a positive position, maybe even a championship position. But his work rate over the last, and his leadership has been a part of that as well.
Greg, any injury updates? We saw Victor leave a little early practice.
I have no indication. It looked like he kind of got kneed in the back there, whether it's the back of the gluteus or the hamstring or the back, I'm not sure, but it looked like it was just a little bit of a ball confrontation there where he maybe caught a knee. So I don't know. I don't have an indication of where he's at yet. Everybody else healthy and ready to go.
You saw Mark come off early against Houston. Did everything check out okay with him?
Yeah, he's okay. He was he got caught in the back of the neck and was just was a little bit just having a hard time vision-wise, and so it was just more of a precaution to get him off, but he's okay.
And then with Riqui, I mean, his first game you brought him on as a sub, but from then he's been putting up, you know, a full 90 minutes.
Are you thinking I should have started him in that game?
Well,
I'm just kidding.
Were you concerned about how he would handle all the minutes so quickly? I mean, after that first week of training?
No, not really. I mean, he's young, which helps. You know, his fitness level coming into it was good. We had talked to him, but also kind of tested him and to see where he was at. Part of the reason we didn't start him right off the bat was to give him a little bit of time to integrate himself, but also to kind of just see the league and see what he was getting himself into and what the games look like. And we tried to roll him in, but I think during that stretch we had some games that were coming pretty quick because it was the New England, then to Toronto straight away, and then we were home against Kansas City. So we got him into the mix, but he can cover ground. So there's some guys who just run easy, and it's certainly not the thing that they are that they need a lot of work at. And he's one of those guys. He's young. He's a runner. He can cover ground. I think he could do that if he was off for 2 months. I think he could still come out and run and cover ground. So for us, there wasn't much in him being able to handle the minutes. It was more just an integration and making sure that we did it the right process and the right way. And yeah, and he's been great. And since that little stretch, we've been 1 game a week for the last 4 or 5 weeks. So that's given guys plenty of time to recover and prepare and all that.
Greg, apart from watching his tape and scouting him, do you have a memory of a first interaction where you realized just how energetic he was and how contagious that could be?
Yeah, you know, most of it is my recollection of him playing over the past few years when he would play for Barcelona. A lot of hype and talk about this young guy who was coming through the system, the next Iniesta, those types of things that were being said. And I'm a Barcelona fan, so I watched the games, so I knew who he was. I knew kind of his ideas and the way he played. So when there was some indication that he might be coming, I had that previous sort of experience from watching him, but then just going back and looking at the way he played in his game, I knew he could bring something a little bit more dynamic, a little bit different to our team. The movement with the ball, not just the receive and pass and manipulation, but actually the speed at which he can move with the ball, find new spaces, eliminate the first defender, things like that become just different in our midfield. So we were, obviously that was exciting, but a little bit of it's just past recollection. Some of it is going back and re-scouting, just re-looking, just to see, okay, what this piece is going to look like inside of our group. But it didn't take long. I mean, it's a player with his pedigree and learning and his qualities certainly fits into our group and brings us something a little bit different than what we've had before.
In one sentence, can you describe the intensity that this match is going to require?
Well, I think the intensity of the game is, I don't know if I can do anything in one sentence, Michael. That's the problem, you know? So, what I'd say, it's going to take the highest level of intensity that we've had all season, along with the highest level of concentration and attention to detail that we've had all season. Again, they're a dangerous team who's comfortable when they don't have the ball and dangerous when they get the ball in transition, set pieces, all those kinds of things. So concentration, intensity, keywords, 5 sentences.
Were you a comma guy in school? You used a lot of commas, right?
I never had run-ons. I just had lots of sentences.
You didn't make the playoffs. Now you're here. What's the attitude like of the group going into this weekend?
Well, we're going to try to, have the best attitude, you know, with a lot of responsibility, with a lot of respect for the team that we're going to play against in our home. And, we're going to try to give everything that in the way that I've been saying it after the last game that we played, you know, in Houston. So, we need to give everything. We're very grateful and thankful as well that we're going to play in front of our fans. And of course, we want to make them proud, like Jonathan Bond said it in his Instagram. You know.
You talk about the journey that you guys have been on, you know, just wondering from last year, the ups and downs of this year, what did you learn about this group this season?
A lot, and I think what we want to take the most is the consistency that we show in the last 12 games. You know, we lost just one game. We drew so many difficult games going back from the score sheet, and then as well we clutched some other ones in a very good way. So I think that maturity that we show in those games is the most important part that we learned this season.
Javier, earlier this season, home field wasn't an advantage for you guys. You weren't. Greg kind of mentioned that you might almost be afraid, or the team might be afraid of the moment, the expectations of the fans. How has that changed now over the course of the past 10 games? How is this now an advantage for you guys?
I mean, in my point of view, since I came to this organization, I know that being part of the most successful organization, the expectations and the standards are the highest, you know, so you need to live from those expectations. And I think myself and a lot of players in this process, they start to learning that, you know, that if you want to qualify for playoffs, if you want to use this badge, you need to play every game like if it was a final, to try to achieve the first step that it was the playoffs, and now the second one that hopefully is like climbing that ladder to get to the MLS Cup final. But yeah, we need to be very humble, be very grateful, and like I said, I know with a lot of respect, because in front we have a very difficult team with probably the MVP of the season. So yeah, we need to be very respectful, but as well we are very confident that we're in our stadium and we are in a very good moment.
18 goals for you this season. Is that the second most you've ever had in a career?
The first time, I think my last ones were 17 last season. I mean, with Leverkusen, I think.
Yeah. Did you ever, when you're looking at yourself as a young boy, looking at your age now, the minutes you're playing, did you ever think this would be part of, you know, your legacy and your career, accomplishing this late?
I mean, what I'm very proud is that I'm 34 years old, and 2 years ago, a lot of people were saying that I was done, you know, and now look, I'm with the most successful organization, being the second player with the most minutes. I mean, a part of Jonathan Bond, that it was the first, then Julian Araujo, and then myself. No injuries, unfortunately, because the COVID situation, I lost 2 games. In the way that I've been playing, of course, it's 1 more goal, 2 assists, and then 1 more in the cup. But the most important one is like, I scored those goals and I'm in the playoffs, you know, because last season I scored just 1 less goal and I was in my couch watching the playoffs. So yeah, I'm very, very proud of the work that I've been doing, and very thankful with this organization, with my teammates, with the coaching staff, and the confidence from Greg, that without that confidence I couldn't develop and improve in the way that I've been doing it, you know. But yeah, like I always said it, no, it's a groupal sport. Here there are no eyes, and we're going to try to give our best for the benefit of our team, and then yeah, hopefully on Saturday we can bring a lot of joy to these amazing people.
One more English. The work you do off the field, the workouts, was that something you started when you? I mean, how many years have you been?
I mean, I've been working with that like in the past 5 to 6 years, but with my actual group that I've been working with them 24/7 in all the facets of my life, in my mental, emotionally, and physical part. It's been like 3 years. Yeah.
Javier.
Hola.
Gusto saludarte. Un poco lo que decías, ¿no? El año pasado comentabas que cambiarías todos esos goles por estar en la temporada. Hoy los anotas, incluso uno más, y están en los playoffs.
Así es, ¿no? Feliz de que se pudo dar eso, como bien tú lo dijiste en tu pregunta, ¿no? El año pasado también tuve una muy buena temporada, pero vi los playoffs desde mi casa, y ahora afortunadamente vamos a participar este sábado en nuestra casa también, que es muy importante, ¿no? Que quedamos en los primeros 4 lugares, así que estamos felices, contentos, pero también sabiendo de que es un partido dificilísimo, importantísimo, y que en vez de tomar todo esto con muchísima presión, deberíamos tomarlo con muchísimo agradecimiento, muchísima confianza, y también felices de que estamos teniendo esta oportunidad, ¿no? Y que luego ya que el fútbol va a hablar por sí mismo, ya veremos quién va a ser el ganador, pero que vamos a ir con toda la confianza, con todo el respeto y con todas las ganas a tratar de darle muchísima alegría a toda esta gente.
¿Qué cambió en el grupo para que pudieran encontrar esa consistencia, cerrar fuerte, y qué tan peligroso hace eso al Galaxy entrando con esa racha a la postemporada?
Sí, creo que la adquisición de los nuevos jugadores que vinieron con muchísima experiencia europea, y también más que eso, con muchísima madurez dentro y fuera del terreno de juego, nos dio muchísimo, ¿no? A nosotros los experimentados, para poder recargarnos en ellos, y también los jóvenes para que siguieran aprendiendo. Entonces yo creo que ellos fueron como un gran pegamento, esos 3, 4, 5 jugadores que llegaron en verano, por junio, julio y agosto, fue muchísimo. También Douglas Costa ha mejorado de una manera impresionante, que también eso me encantaría también decirlo, que muchísima gente a veces no lo quiere ver y que sus goles han sido de táctica fija y que también no ha dado tantas asistencias y tantos goles, pero el trabajo colectivo que ha hecho ha sido fundamental y creo que todos nosotros elevamos nuestro nivel a partir de los últimos 13 partidos, fue donde todos decidimos a veces hasta como inconscientemente el darlo todo, el apoyarnos, el tirar de cada uno, el hacernos responsables también de los esfuerzos que estamos haciendo y de los que no, y eso se ha visto en los resultados.
Por último, estaba viendo tus zapatos, ¿qué significado tienen de todos los detalles?
Tienen, a ver, Puma me regaló este hermoso gesto con un artista muy importante que se llama Mariana Pulido, y pintaron a mi abuelo, la bandera, la frase esta famosa de imaginemos cosas chingonas, los nombres de mis hijos, de Noah y Nala, y varios CH14, ¿no? Trataron de hacerlo como un poquito, obviamente conmemorativo, por los playoffs y también por mi abuelo y lo importante que es, y pues nada, muy agradecido con Puma por estos gestos y ya los estoy probando para que estén listos para el sábado.
Javier, y hablabas un poco de la importancia de los fichajes, pero dos como Riqui Puig, que te ha facilitado a ti para moverte y se han entendido muy rápido, que te ha ayudado a meter muchos más goles, y también Brugman que le da estabilidad al equipo en el medio campo. Sí, bueno, como lo repetí ahí con la pregunta que me hizo Katia, y es pues sí es eso, a él, como Martín, como también como lo dije, como Douglas Costa, un jugador tan importante, elevó muchísimo su actitud, su profesionalidad y también sus resultados dentro del terreno de juego, más allá si se ha visto con goles o con asistencias, el trabajo colectivo. Ha ayudado muchísimo y al igual que todos nosotros los jugadores, yo creo que aparte de esos jugadores que pudieron venir en verano, en junio, julio o agosto, también, como se lo dije a Katia, todos elevamos nuestro nivel, todos decidimos pues darlo todo, el que jugáramos finales cada partido, y en los últimos 12 partidos lo pudiste ver, no perdimos solamente uno. Eso habla de la madurez y del carácter que se forjó durante ese periodo, y bueno, afortunadamente pudimos conseguir el cuarto puesto y también tener la ventaja aquí en casa. Y en su opinión, ¿cómo se respira el ambiente de jugar tu primer partido de postemporada después de 2 temporadas? ¿Cómo está el grupo? Muy emocionados, muy felices, muy contentos, pero sí el mensaje tan claro que a ver, muchísima gente posiblemente no le guste, obviamente. Sabemos la responsabilidad, sabemos el partido, pero como hemos jugado estos últimos 12 partidos, que sabemos de que no queremos perder de ninguna forma y que es todo o nada, así tenemos que jugar también este partido. Obviamente tiene otras etiquetas, tiene otra responsabilidad, como lo llamo, pero al final de cuentas es un partido 11 contra 11, contra un equipo que ya conocemos, como también ellos también nos conocen, y aquí lo más importante es el que salga con más deseo, el que salga con más atrevimiento y el que salga en una mejor noche se va a ganar. Eso es lo que yo he vivido en las liguillas o los playoffs que he jugado en Europa, que he jugado también en México, que de eso se trata, ¿no? Que en cuanto menos caso le hagas a todo ese ruido y lo puedas transformar en energía positiva y motivación, normalmente te vas a acercar a poder realizar y conseguir esos resultados positivos. Pero también lo bonito del deporte es que no hay nada predecible, que son 11 contra 11, que una decisión arbitral puede cambiar, que si un jugador hace una maravilla, que si otro jugador puede equivocarse. Entonces, al fin de cuentas, no deja de ser fútbol, obviamente con todo lo que lleva de lado, pero sí me encantaría que también mis compañeros y todos lo vean, que es un partido más, pero como lo hemos jugado estos últimos 12 o 13 partidos, que es todo o nada.
Celebration after scoring your goal. Can you talk about your sister, your hermana?
Yeah, it's for a very important person for me. Estoy muy feliz, la verdad. Tengo ganas de ir a Barcelona y ver a mi hermana, y la verdad que se ha hablado mucho del tema, si mi novia estaba embarazada o algo, pero es mi hermana que está esperando un niño.
Yeah, I'm very happy. I'm earning to go back to Barcelona to my sister, who's expecting the baby. I know a lot has been talked about whether it was my girlfriend, but it's my sister who's expecting.
Do you know if it's a boy or a girl?
No.
No? Okay.
Not at the moment.
And for you and Gaston, how has it been developing that chemistry together? Why were you guys able to just kind of click so easily and transform this midfield?
Bueno, la verdad que con Gastón hemos tenido muy buena relación. Desde que llegó, pues ha sido de los compañeros que más me ha apoyado y más me ha ayudado. La verdad que es un tío 10, es una persona espectacular. La verdad que también fuera del campo hacemos mucha vida juntos, y la verdad que nos ha sido muy fácil adaptarnos a este club, a esta liga, y la verdad que tenemos muchas ganas de afrontar los playoffs.
With Gaston, we've had a great relationship since he arrived, and he's been one of the best, people and teammates. And it's been easy to adapt to this club and this league because of that, and we're really looking forward to the playoffs.
And lastly, speaking of the playoffs, your first playoffs, sudden death format, what are you looking forward to?
Bueno, la verdad que nunca he jugado un playoff, es diferente a Europa. La verdad que tengo muchas ganas de que el estadio esté lleno y que nos apoyen los fans. Y la verdad que estoy ya un poco nervioso de que llegue el sábado, con ganas de demostrar, de ganar y de ir paso a paso e intentar ganar la MLS.
I've never played playoffs. It's a little bit different than Europe, but I'm really looking forward to having a packed stadium in front of our fans, and I'm nervous for Saturday and eager to get that win and try to win MLS Cup.
Muchísimas gracias.
De nada.
Riqui, when you look back to the time you've been here, has it been easy to adjust to the style of play in MLS? A lot of people come over and say it's different. Of course, it's a different style of play, but how have you found that play since you've been here?
Sí, lo que he visto aquí en la MLS es verdad que en los partidos es muy box to box. En España a lo mejor no es tan así y tiene siempre un equipo la pelota. En España pues con el Barcelona siempre teníamos el balón y eso hacía que no teníamos que correr tanto, y la verdad que al principio físicamente no estaba al 100%, ahora sí que estoy al 100%, y la verdad que al principio me ha costado estar bien físicamente, pero ahora ya estoy perfecto.
Yes, what I've seen in MLS, it's, games are box to box, and in Spain maybe it's not like that, and, a team always has the ball, and in Barcelona we always have the ball, and didn't have to run as much, and I think in the beginning I wasn't 100%, but now I am, and I think it was like the physical part, but now I feel 100%.
When you first started, where were you at, like, physical-wise? 60%, 70%?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
All right.
So you feel 100% now?
Yeah, of course.
Ahora solo en español.
Okay.
Riqui,
Buenas.
Buenas tardes. ¿Qué es lo que te ha ayudado a sentirte tan cómodo, a poderte adaptar al equipo y que ese impacto que estás teniendo se esté viendo de inmediato en la manera que cerraron la temporada?
Bueno, la verdad que muy feliz. Creo que Gastón me ha ayudado mucho a estar muy bien adaptado aquí en el club. También a Chicharito, toda la gente que habla español, pues también hace que la estancia sea mucho mejor y que te adaptes mucho mejor. Yo con el inglés no tengo problema, pero la verdad que siempre va bien hablar español con tus teammates, y la verdad que estoy muy feliz, tengo muchas ganas, y a ver si nada más llegar podemos ganar la MLS.
En cuanto a tu estilo futbolístico, el poderlo verlo plasmado en lo que es la MLS y en lo que te ha pedido Greg en particular con este equipo, ¿cómo te has sentido? ¿Te has podido sentir más libre y por eso hemos visto esta versión de ti?
Bueno, como dije al principio, creo que un jugador con confianza pues siempre puede dar el 100%. En Barcelona a lo mejor no tenía total confianza. Aquí he tenido la suerte de Greg, que ha confiado en mí y me ha puesto en los partidos, me ha dado continuidad, que eso a veces es lo más difícil, y la verdad que sí, que he podido pues demostrar cómo juego, la idea que tengo, y la verdad que el equipo pues está respondiendo muy bien. Tenemos un equipo espectacular y hemos llegado hasta aquí, y ahora solo hace falta pues finalizarlo bien.
Riqui, ¿qué tan fácil es jugar después ya de varios partidos con Chicharito, con los movimientos que te marca y la conexión que tuvieron instantánea básicamente?
Sí, cuando tienes un delantero donde pues te facilita las cosas, para mí pues mi juego también es mucho mejor. Creo que me crea muchas oportunidades gracias a sus movimientos. También fuera del campo nos hemos entendido muy bien, tenemos vidas que podemos pues ir a hacer un asado con los argentinos y los uruguayanos, y la verdad que estamos muy felices. Hay un grupo muy bueno y estamos muy felices.
Y en cuanto a Nashville, no sé si vieron el partido contra el FC, y me imagino que hay que estar preocupados por el nivel de juego que vienen trayendo.
Sí, Nashville tiene jugadores muy buenos. Creo que pues tiene el Golden Boot, ha marcado 24 goles, también es una de las cosas que tenemos que tener cuidado. pero sobre todo creo que si tenemos el balón y defendemos con el balón, creo que podemos ganar el partido y sobre todo llevarnos el primer playoff, que es la oportunidad que tenemos perfecto para ir hacia adelante.
¿Qué se siente el recibir el cariño de la afición del Galaxy, que reconoce tu aportación en tan corto tiempo y te da ese valor de lo que haces dentro de la cancha?
Bueno, desde el primer minuto que vine aquí y llegué al aeropuerto, pues estaba lleno de fans. La verdad que estoy muy agradecido. Les intento pues devolver el cariño de todas maneras. Solo dar gracias, que estoy muy cómodo, estoy muy feliz aquí y la verdad que ojalá pueda estar aquí muchos años y poder disfrutar de este gran club.
All right, guys, thank you.
Thank you.